Oh, yeah. All right. Making progress. Let's see. We go just do like a little sound check.
Testing.
Maybe pull it a little closer,
A little
but
closer, like this.
I think that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. I figured you'd be a pro. Oh yeah. Do. Anything you need before we start?
No.
Good to go? Don't need to
Good
use the
to go.
bathroom?
No, I'm good to go.
Good? All right, cool. All right, we're ready. That was a quick through the door right into the pod.
I love it.
I figured the place is a little small to like chit chat too much before it. So
Yeah.
we're in here. All right.
Do it.
Everyone welcome. We met at Acme, aka Lindsey Metselaar.
Yeah, well done.
There we go to the podcast. You are my first guest that was someone who I followed like kind of just like as a real influencer before like coming on.
That means a lot to me. I feel like it's rare that I have a guy follower, you know? Like, it's not rare. I would say I have like 20% guys, but it's just, I don't get to meet them face to face. So, like, how did you discover me?
So one day, like, my girlfriend was actually like, mad at me. It was like before we started dating. So she was kind of giving me the silent treatment. So we weren't really like talking. And then she was like, do you want to like do these polls? And I was like what polls? And she's like, there's this girl I follow on Instagram who puts up like these polls, like questions, like dating polls. For those of you at home, Lindsey has an account called We Met At Acme and posts a lot of like dating advice and it's dating themed basically throughout it.
Yeah.
So my girl, we were going through these polls and then like they started like, you know, they're very like relatable and like it's almost like anyone could have like a input on them.
Right.
So then we were doing them and then it kind of like opened up our own communication because it was within like a month and a half of us like dating. So it was like early stages. And then we just started kind of doing your polls like every single day. So then I was like, so now like if you do your polls every day and like, or you start following you and I see your different videos of like four reasons why I like this and that. So then like, that's how I got to know you through my girlfriend.
Right.
Which just kind of makes sense that I'm like a guy who follows you.
Yeah, that's how a lot of guys find us, like from their girlfriends, I feel like, which
Yeah.
I'll take it, you know?
That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think like 70 of my followers follow you and one of them's a guy.
Oh,
So
well, that's not nothing.
No.
I also feel like very happy that the polls were able to like get you guys to talk about things if you were having like a moment.
Oh, yeah.
But also, even if you're like not fighting, I feel like it's good to have that conversation about whatever that poll is and see where both of you stand on it.
Oh, yeah. Because every so often it's like, it's always like relatable, but sometimes it hits like right on the head of like something that you guys are like going through.
Right.
100%.
Right, definitely.
And that day when we did them, I didn't even like know we were going to fight. Because like I said, it was before we were officially dating. I thought she would just give me the silent treatment. Or I was like, oh no, I didn't think she was like, I was like, maybe she's like not that into me. But one of the questions that day opened it up and I was like, oh, that's why. So then I found out she was mad at me, which I was almost like happy about because I was like, oh, so you care. Because I was like
Right.
golfing with my friends and didn't come back that night or something.
Yeah.
So no, I think, yeah, your questions, not only do they just like show what other people are going through in relationships, but like you can, if you're a couple out there and you know, you ever need to open up your communication, hit up the polls.
Yeah.
There's
hit up
like
the
50
polls.
40 a day and like get right in there. Good. It's good entertainment too.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
Your polls are very fun. So like what got you into like making this type of content?
Yeah. Well, I was always really interested in people's dating lives, like just a very curious person. I'm holding everything back to not ask you about you and your girlfriend, how long you've been together. And
If
all
you
the
can, yeah,
questions.
you could be the host as well.
And so I'm always just really curious about like, you know, the way that people work. And so years ago, I can't believe how long it's almost like 5 years since I started my podcast, but I was dumped on my 27th birthday.
Ooh.
And it was brutal. It was really brutal. And I didn't see it coming. I really thought that like this person was like extremely beneath me in terms of like who was going to dump who, you know?
Oh.
And it made me realize I probably didn't know as much about dating as I thought. even though I had like great texting game, like that was the only thing I was really sure of at that point. And so I decided to have a conversation with a guy friend of mine and record it and just like release it as a podcast. I mean, it's really just a conversation. And then I just enjoyed it so much that I kept having different conversations with different friends and then continuing to release them. And people started listening, and I was shocked because at the time, like, podcasts were very much like crime only and news only. It wasn't like our friends, like people, you know, in their 20s listening. And then it just took off from there.
Wait, so you got dumped on your birthday?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that a lot of guys would wait till after your birthday?
Or before, so they didn't have to get a gift, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Did he give you a gift and dump you?
No gift, dumped.
How long were you guys dating for?
It was like it was like probably 5 months, like nothing too serious.
But 5 months is still like...
It was like 4 months, I would say, from like, I guess the beginning of the summer to like September 28th, which is my birthday.
Like 4 months since meeting him or 4 months since official?
Like 4 months since official.
Damn, so that's kind of long.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
At 27 too, like I'm 29, so.
Yeah, fair.
Damn, how's he doing today?
Terribly.
That's good. That's good. At least he's doing poorly.
Yeah, no,
that's bad karma.
Karma came to him. Wait, but you're a Libra too, you said?
I didn't say that, but you got that.
You alluded to it.
So
okay.
not only am I a Libra, but I think we have the same moon sign as well.
No way, Capricorn moon?
Yeah.
No
so we're
way.
same sun and moon.
When is your exact birthday?
October 2nd.
Okay, cool.
You're September, right?
Yeah, I'm September 28th, but still pretty close. This is so random, but my father-in-law also is a Libra with a Capricorn moon.
Good guy?
Great guy.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I bet I knew he was a good guy, but I just had to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? I feel like you know more about the signs than I do.
Yeah. Well, do you know your rising or maybe
Taurus.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're very earthy, similar to me.
I'm an earthy guy.
Yeah, you're earthy. It means, so your Libra-ness definitely, your sun sign, which is your Libra, right, is like the CEO of your personality. Like everything kind of comes back to you liking like pretty things and harmony and like not fighting, and you're like a peacemaker and can be indecisive, and you know you have those like Libra qualities about you, and like charming, and what's another big Libra quality? Like you like when things are balanced and fairness, like everything has to be fair. But you have that's like there's always that, but mostly because you have like Earth in the rest of your chart, it's very like grounding for you. And like you actually your Capricorn moon makes you like not super emotional, like maybe deep down, but you're able to like control your emotions well.
I'll say so.
Yeah. And you're also like pretty hardworking, which makes sense because you have a job and a podcast.
Yeah. And I'm working today and doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's like where the Capricorn comes in. Like we love to hustle and like to make money.
For you, was it like I imagine you used to have a job before you started doing this full time?
I did, yeah.
Did you always have in the back of your mind that like you kind of wanted to do your own thing?
Oh, I hated having a boss.
Right?
I was the worst person to have to like work for someone, to the point where I actually started my own company at 25 because I was like, fuck this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What company did you start at 25?
It's a social media consulting company. It was called Lindsey's Lunchbox.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was fun.
Isn't you don't do it anymore?
I don't, unless like some crazy opportunity came up. I don't, just because I don't have the time to do it now. And like, I'm very lucky in that like the podcast is sustainable for like, you know, financially.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm always open to new opportunities.
When did you start to think like, wow, I can make this podcast and, you know, my Instagram profile and TikTok profile, like my career?
Not until I had no choice but to make it my career, meaning like there was no other hours in the day to do other work. Like I was literally doing my other job up until like I actually could not physically do it with the time I had anymore. So like it's so funny because people are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like quit my job and like pursue a TikTok career. I'm like, no, like literally have a job until you actually can't have a job and it financially makes sense for you not to have that job.
Oh yeah. Like even though I was making like a certain X amount of dollars off of this, where I thought it was enough, if I could still keep my job and take my paycheck, I'm still going to keep my paycheck.
Exactly. Like
health insurance.
You have like, you got to make the best of those like 12 hours of the day or whatever.
Yeah. And like, unless you're like, I mean, I don't know what you did, but like, it's not like I'm like working on like the trading floor or something where I'm like, I can't be away. Like I can squeeze in like video editing during the day.
Totally. I feel like it just like with like the working from home situation that so many of us are in post pandemic, like everyone should have a second job if they're able to.
Oh yeah. Even if it's dog walking.
Right.
Like just get out there. While you're doing lunch, pick up an extra $25.
Right. It's not going to hurt.
Did you do this full time before the pandemic?
I did. Yeah. I started full time probably like 2 years into it.
Damn. So, okay. I'm like, technically I started like almost 2 years ago, but like I really started a year ago doing this.
Yeah.
I guess we should break it to our sponsor real quick. Lindsay, do you know how we're drinking San Pellegrino today?
I see that we're drinking San Pellegrino, and I think it's so cool that you're working with them because my friend works for the company.
I don't actually work with them.
Oh,
I'm just making a fake sponsor today so that I could, yes.
Oh, you're manifesting it.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, let me make it happen for you. Mm-hmm. I'll get in touch with her.
Maybe I already did manifest it, and this is the final step.
I actually think you did, and this is the final step. That's amazing. I have to send this to her. She's going to laugh.
So the reason I chose San Pellegrino is because, I don't know if you've heard in the news a bunch lately, is like everyone's kind of shitting on plastics. How like they're finding microplastics in our blood and stuff. Basically because like we're all drinking bottled water, all our food's packaged in plastic.
Yeah.
Have you heard that or
I
no?
didn't know that was a new thing. I thought it was just like plastic sucks and it's bad for the environment, period.
It definitely is. But I'm saying like it's like in our blood. Like I think like, maybe just some things I follow have been talking about a lot recently.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, my girlfriend's dad said or something. So I think it's kind of like viral right now or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I was thinking like, all right, I got to start drinking glass water, like water in glass. And the first one that came to my mind was Pellegrino.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing water if you're into sparkling water.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like in its own class. It's not like in the LaCroix versus Polar argument.
No, it's like its own luxury class.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm from New York. What about you?
New Jersey.
Where in Jersey are you from?
Like northern, like 45 minutes outside the city.
Cool.
Yeah. And where are you, Long Island?
Nope. I am from New York City, born and raised.
Really?
Yes.
Not many people. I don't meet many people like that.
Did you hear a Long Island accent?
No, I just assume everyone's from Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a Long Island accent.
No, absolutely not.
Not a strong one.
No. Like, do you want me to do a Long Island accent so that you can know the difference?
Yes.
Like, if I were like, I'm from Long Island, like,
sure,
but I'm not. I don't speak like that.
But I know people from Long Island without accents. Like, I don't have a Jersey accent.
They like definitely went to like vocal school to get rid of the accent.
Their parents send to vocal school.
Can I ask your girlfriend's birthday?
March 6th.
Okay, she's a Pisces.
Yeah.
That's a nice match for you.
We were going over it last night.
Yeah.
And this Bustle, the website,
actually
kind of like nailed it. Now my mom's being on Bustle, like, I want to see what they're like together.
Uh-huh.
But like, they kind of like nailed a lot of things. I was like, that's kind of wild.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And like, in terms of like astrology, like, I'm one of those people who's kind of like, outwardly, I'll be like, oh, it's just general statements anyone can kind of lock into. But at the same time, back in my head, I'm like, I definitely have the Pattern app and CoStar.
Yeah.
I definitely look at it, and if it says bad things, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, today's going to suck.
Yeah, like low-key, you're intrigued. How long have you guys been together?
Since July.
Oh, it's pretty new still.
I would say it's new.
Okay.
It's like new, going on the verge of like, I mean, you were engaged at this point, no?
In July? No, I was engaged in September.
No, I'm saying like, this many months in.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I know so much about.
No, I wasn't. It's July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. No, I didn't get engaged until like after a year. I would say like a year and 2 months.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, that's early, but not that early.
No, I mean, especially when you're like 30 plus.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Are you? Well, I'm not gonna pry.
Am I about to get engaged?
No. That wasn't what I was gonna ask. But I'm gonna let it lie.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm not gonna maybe you'll come on my podcast and we'll discuss.
Interesting. What could that possibly be?
Well, did she follow the rules?
Oh, so she said, I don't think she like went like, yo, I need to follow We Met at Acme's rules.
Sure.
But I think she like kind of tried to. But I know one of your rules is like they shouldn't initiate the second date. Mm-hmm. And she definitely texted me the following week to start up the second date.
I think that with a Libra guy, and this is like, very like niche, but I think when you're dating a Libra man, like you can do a little bit of the pursuing.
Really?
Yeah, but only with Libra guys.
I can start telling girls that. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm a Libra. You can start pursuing.
No, but for real. Because Libra guys, like they actually like to be like wanted and like doted on. Whereas like other guys like wanna, I feel like, be in charge more.
I definitely do like to be wanted. But I will say, if like someone comes on too strong, it's a major turn off.
There's a fine line.
I agree with that. But if my interest is already there, I definitely don't like having to put in like too much work or like not that there'd be a game being played, but it's like come on, it's either like do you like me or you do not.
Right.
Yeah.
So what negative thoughts do you have on the rules?
I guess this kind of might go with me being a Libra and just wanting to be for them to want to be liked is. I feel like one of the biggest rules that you have is that girls, especially if they like a guy, should still be dating a lot of other guys.
Not a lot. Just like should not be closed off to opportunities. Unless you know for sure that this guy is going to ask you to be his girlfriend at some point.
Okay, so that's a caveat I didn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it was like if a girl's dating someone and like if a girl's dating someone and she likes them, I was like, We Met at Acme's telling them to date other people as well.
It's more just like in that period in between when you are like, when you go on that first date and you're like, oh my God, that guy was amazing. Like that's especially when you have to be like, but let me make another date because like I'm about to get like way too invested in this guy and who knows what's going to happen. And it's just a way of like, protecting yourself in a way.
I definitely see like the logic. It's like also because you can go on a great first date and then start creating this person in your head that's like amazing. And then that could lead you to make decisions that like, oh, before you know it, you're dating someone.
Right.
It's their birthday. And then
No, that's funny. That's funny. No, but if you are talking to this person every day, if you know that there's like no way in hell that like this guy you're talking to could be dating other people and like, they're like, doing all the right green flag things. Like they're telling their parents about you, they're inviting you to things, they're consistent, then like you probably don't have to keep dating, but like you have to know that they're, making those moves.
Oh, it can't just be like, oh, I like this guy a lot. And like, we are kind of seeing each other. No. Okay. I definitely agree with that. But I guess like where I was disagreeing coming from is like, I know if I'm going on like 3 dates with a girl or more, I really like them. Like if I like know like off the bat, like if a date's like pretty good, I'm not like, there's no chance there's date 2.
Yeah.
I got to really feel at least like there can be something there.
Yeah. But some guys will just like keep going just to keep going.
Which I don't understand.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I couldn't physically do it. Like unless, no, there's no real unless
It's like
they're really hot. Yeah.
Even if they're like super good looking, I'm like, there's gotta be like, I don't know. I'm not like a believer in like energy and stuff, but like whatever that energy is real, like it's gotta be there.
Yeah, no, I've only like, I mean, I've definitely gone out with like pretty attractive guys who are just so boring that like you have to cut it off at a certain point.
All right. So did you follow your own rules with your husband?
I did and I didn't. The only rule that I didn't follow, so I was like very newly single when we started dating, and he was really nervous not to like come on too strong because I had just like kind of gotten out of a relationship. And so he didn't know I was single when we were first like texting in that way. So I had to be like, do you want to grab a drink sometime? I'm newly single. So I asked him out first, which is actually fine. I'm okay with that. That's not a rule that you can't ask a guy out first. You have to ask them and then chill because you did that first thing, you know?
Yeah.
But then I asked him on the second date, which is like a big rule
You double dipped.
that I broke. Yeah.
Damn. But did you follow the rule of dating other people?
Yeah, for sure. I actually just talked about this at my live show. I was dating other people until it was like not okay to be.
Terrible.
No, but let me explain. Again, like, you know, Steven, my husband, like was not making it, he was not making it official for like a bit because he knew I was newly single. And also I was newly single. I knew that like if I didn't date now and like I would just be married forever, which ended up happening. So I'm happy that I went on like a few dates with other people. Like I had to.
All right. No regrets.
Yeah.
But did you, okay. How many dates did you go on? Like what was the most amount of dates you went on with one other person while you're dating your husband?
Great question. Well, I didn't sleep with anyone. Like I think that once you start sleeping together, you shouldn't be sleeping with other people that you're
all right.
on
Your
dates
rules are
with.
starting to make a little more sense.
Like
to
I
me.
think that's like a little savage. So once we started sleeping together, obviously I didn't do that. But I would say the most amount of dates I went on with someone else, probably like 2.
Okay, I thought you were about to say like 6.
No,
I was like, come on.
not
Lindsay.
even 2, honestly.
That's okay. That's fair.
I was like in that time in my life where like everyone was like, go out with this guy, go, like it was like setups. I wasn't even on dating apps, so people were coming to me being like, you have to go out with this person, give them a chance. And so it wasn't like I was going out looking for people to date because I liked Steven so much, but more so people were like, oh, you need to go out with this person, you need to go out with this person, you know, you're not in a relationship yet. And I was like, you're right.
Worst case, you're getting like free meals.
Exactly.
At that point, did you already not drink?
Yeah, that was my first time dating sober, actually.
So when did you quit drinking?
Almost 3 years ago. So it'll be, sorry. Almost 4 years ago. So it'll be 4 years in October.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So my last guest, he was talking about, he took like 50 days off from drinking, but his mom was like 36 years sober. And she told him that it takes 6 months for your brain to like really register like being sober.
I'd say even a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all I need right here is this Pellegrino. So, but yeah, and you also quit weed.
I did. Yeah. Well, I think like I really believe in sobriety is like everything. So me quitting weed was me going sober. It was all like one and the same.
Oh, it was like the same October?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. You chose, so it was like right after your birthday?
It was right after my 28th birthday.
Was it because something happened on your birthday or just like events all?
I definitely had a wild birthday that year for sure. Like I was dabbling into the chocolate shroom world a little bit too hard. Like I was like, oh wow, like this is fun. And then like probably had too much fun with it that birthday for sure.
Were like the shrooms just too readily available for you?
Yeah, like there was it was like on the come up that everyone was becoming like into them. I don't know.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, and there was like a dealer I would text like on the regular, and he would just like hook me up with all these little chocolates, and it didn't seem like it was a big deal because they were like little chocolate truffles, and so I just started like popping them like an M&M pretty much.
Did you have any like realizations on them?
Too many.
Like what?
It was realizations that really scared me. I was dating someone else at the time, and I realized that I really didn't like them.
That's a good realization.
Yeah, from the chocolate shrooms. But then I like thought that it was the drug talking, and I didn't realize it was like my actual thoughts.
So was it you kind of like being like, oh, these are putting bad thoughts in my head, like I do like this guy?
Yeah.
So you fought it for a little bit?
I fought it for a little bit for sure. But then ultimately I was like, I just think, you know, drugs are too confusing for me. And so many other reasons, you know, that I got sober, but that was like part of it. I was like, I just have too many realizations. And it's so funny because you hear all these like wellness experts being like, no, you really got to like shroom and like trip acid to like know who you really are. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
You definitely don't. A lot of people know themselves.
You definitely don't. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's not like necessarily revealing itself to you, even though that realization was, of course, very spot on. But it's more just like you're on drugs.
How'd you get to the point? So you do live shows. I'm sorry. I hope everyone at home is not like, just like, where's this guy going? Because I know so much about you that I'm almost like assuming everyone does.
Yeah.
So you do live shows. And what's like the format of those shows?
So the most recent one, we had a comedian who does like Comedy Cellar a lot come out and do like a bit to open up the show. He was really funny. His name's John Lasser. And then I do like my little bit where I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, got married, like, you know, like whatever recent happened in my life. And then I bring up a surprise guest, which was my friend Serena Kerrigan, who's great.
I know that name.
Yeah, she's funny. And then we shoot the shit and have like an interview for 15 minutes. And then we do this, I do like dating app profile consultations. And so we put on the screen someone's dating profile from the audience and I critique it for them.
Oh, that's great.
Which is really fun. We do that with like 3 people and then we just do Q&A and that's it. So it's like a pretty chill show. And then we do mixers as well, which is also in person.
Oh, here's a topic I kind of had with you. I feel like, so like on Lindsey's profile, a lot of times like people ask advice and you'll like give like your input on it. Like what do I do after like a breakup, or what do I do after a guy, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of times you say you should find like one of your suggestions is always to find friends with benefits.
Yeah.
And you will refer to times when you had a friend with benefits. Is it me, or like is the idea of like a friend with benefits overplayed? Like, do a lot of people actually have like a friend of theirs who they're consistently just having sex with?
A friend with benefits is like it's a really misleading term. What I mean to say, but I actually thank you because I have to correct that, is a fuck buddy.
Okay.
But it's like, it's more crass. But yeah, my friend with benefits wasn't really my friend. He was just my benefits.
He wasn't really my friend.
I mean, he is like, he was a great guy. He is a great guy, but we were more benefits than friends.
Did you meet when the first time you met, was there a potential for relationship, or was it like you guys met in a group of friends? So this was back when I was doing social media for Lindsey's Lunchbox, and one of my clients was his roommate. Interesting.
So I went to like my client's event and I met him there. He was like roommates with my client. And so I didn't immediately think like, oh, this could be whatever. I was just like, oh, that guy's hot. And then told my client, like in a professional way, obviously.
Yeah. Best Lindsey.
And then he was like, oh, he thinks you're hot. And I was like, cool, give him my number. And then we started texting, and then I realized that he was younger than me. And I was like, ooh, this is not going to work. Like, I can't date someone that much younger, but you know what I can do with someone that much younger?
What? Oh, you could do a dirtier thing than dating. Wow. How much younger was he?
2 years.
So you couldn't, I mean, I know you're married now, but you wouldn't date a guy who's 2 years younger than you?
From experience, they were just like too immature, like guys that were 2 years younger, but he ended up being like pretty mature for someone 2 years younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I would date a girl 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, like there's a universe where it could happen, but
right.
Like my girlfriend's like 4.5 years younger than me.
Okay. Yeah.
And it feels like we're the same age.
Exactly.
So, which is kind of weird.
No, but that's how it works.
I was 29, she was 24. So, I mean, that on paper, it kind of sounds distant.
It kind of does, but I think guys are like 3 years younger. Sorry, 3 years older. That's like the same age. And then 4 years, that's like a year older. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely...
So basically you guys are a year apart.
And that's perfect.
You're a year older.
Yeah, I'm a year older than my girlfriend, officially. Wait, no, because it definitely makes sense. Because I remember I was like, all right, she just turned 25. And I look back on my Snapchat memories. Or a Snapchat memory came up and I was like, oh, this is when I was 25?
Right.
And I couldn't believe it.
Cannot believe.
But yeah, I mean, so, all right. So at this point, you have a strong social media following. You're doing live shows. You do the dating app consultations. What do you see as like your next goal? Or like, where do you see like, your next few years going?
A fun goal, and I don't think I've ever said this out loud because it's more of like an internal manifestation.
Can I guess it?
Sure.
Hosting a game show?
No, like a little off, but not far off. I mean, being like the host of like a dating show.
That's what I've written down.
Right.
I was gonna guess that.
Would be cool because then I can like go to each, contestant and like give them like legit in real time dating advice. So that would be fun,
100%. So was that actually what you were thinking?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not something I've said out loud because it's like so wild.
It's not that wild for where you are right now.
That's nice.
I mean, think about it. Maybe I just think you're more famous than you are.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, I know your numbers. No, I think it lines up with what you do. Like you talk in front of a camera all the time. You are very like organized. Like the way like I'm talking about your videos where it's like 4 things and all that. Like you have it very organized. You have a lot of knowledge on dating. Yeah, you're professional. You're in front of the camera. I think you got like the resume to host a dating show.
I hope that after this we get a sponsorship from San Pellegrino and I get to host a dating.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
And then 100%. I think hosting a show is like the best job there is.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Like
I'd imagine.
There's any new game show, the host is always like some super celebrity and just like they can just plug them in.
Right.
Yeah. No, I like that for you.
Thank you.
Did you have any other goals?
I have a few, but I'll keep them close to my heart for now.
That's okay. You don't have to reveal them on the Steve Driscoll show. Mine right now are just keep getting guests but I definitely want to make more types of content.
Yeah.
I just need someone I edit this and it takes so damn long.
Yeah.
So I can't really branch out yet.
Right. But you'll get there.
Yeah. It took you 2 years?
Yeah.
Same moon sign, same sun sign, probably 2 years for me as well.
Exactly.
I'm coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one of my rules. And I get where it's coming from, but one of Lindsey's rules is that the guy needs to say I love you first.
Yeah, for sure.
But is it even like real? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure it's real. Have you said it yet?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but you said it first?
Yeah, and she said she was like waiting for me to say it, but like why is it that a guy has to say it first?
Because it's just like the way that it works. Like guys are more likely, like historically and statistically, guys are more likely to like stray from a relationship, right? And guys need to feel like they are like very lucky to be with their partner. Otherwise, they're less likely to want to be with their partner. And so if a guy says, I love you first, if he asks you out first, and if he asks you to marry him first or move in together first, all those big steps, it shows that like he is, still feeling really excited about the relationship and whatnot. Like I can't tell you how many times the girl has told me that she said I love you first, and then it was like shortly thereafter there was a breakup.
Then he just didn't love her then.
Yeah.
But if two people do love each other, it shouldn't matter who says it first.
It does though.
I like in my brain is like, yes, I understand why.
Yeah.
And like if a gun to my head, if someone was like, who should say I love you first? I would say the guy should say it.
Right.
But I don't know if it needs to be a rule.
It does though, because it's very validating and comforting to know that your partner is on the same page. Just like as women, we just exude love. Like we're always like giving so much love. Like we don't need to also be like, I love you first. Like let's just let the guy have like a few of these these milestones to initiate. And like it just feels better. It's not like you're gonna die if you say I love you first to a guy, but like it's just so much more rewarding when they say it first.
Do you think like it's almost for the girl for the guy to say it?
No, I mean, yeah, it's for both. It's for both.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disagree with the thank you rule?
What, a girl can't say thank you after the first date?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't like. I did have that written down, but I don't like harp on that. But why can't a girl say thank you?
Because she thanked him on the date. Why does she have to say thank you? Again,
she definitely doesn't have to say thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a rule that she has to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'm putting to pull up your rules right now, but
Do it.
I know where they are. They're on your Instagram. Don't send unsolicited dick pics. Why? No, I'm kidding. Of course not. Of course. That's an obvious one. I think your best rule is show up in a good mood. 100%.
Yeah. But if you're not in a good mood, which is like fair, then at least like be open about it. Like come and be like, I had a shitty day. This is what happened. You know?
Don't take it out on them.
Don't take it out on them.
Yeah,
and like also that like increases an opportunity for a vulnerable moment.
100%. I think you can like exactly let them know that you're in a bad mood, but like in a non-bad mood way.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a way to do it.
Don't be like, oh, I'm in a mood. What did you order?
Just order whatever for me. Yeah, no way. Be like, oh, I gotta be honest, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
No, we're Libras. We know how to do that.
For sure.
I do like the whole like don't do sex on the third date thing because
so predictable.
I do think it is very overplayed.
So overplayed.
Like in movies, it was just like, third date.
Third date, like let me get my cologne. Let me get my.
So what's the date? You think fifth? What was the second thing you said?
Let me get my condom.
Oh.
Fifth or later.
Fifth or later.
Yeah.
So not even the fourth.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still getting to know each other. Let the momentum build.
A big one is don't ask them what they're looking for. 100%.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I've been asked on the first date, and I was just like, and I agree with exactly the thing. It's like you're either looking for one or two things, and you don't necessarily know until you like them or you don't like them.
Exactly. Like I could be sitting across from my wife, but like if she, like in your case, you know, but if she's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "Not marriage."
Yeah. Because
like you just made me feel weird about needing to say what I want with you when I don't even know you.
But also like some people, this might come off as like bad, but don't have like that many options. Yeah. So they might just be like, if someone is down to date them, then they'll be down. You know what I mean? Like two people, like they don't have a lot of choices. So like if this just works, then maybe they are just like, I'm looking for something. Right.
But that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad but like not everyone is.
Yeah.
Not everyone's like able to just date. Not everyone's got options. Is I guess what I mean.
Yeah, you're right. But that's not why someone should be with someone just because they don't have another better option.
I agree. But some people, I mean, there's some people out there who would just probably prefer to be with someone, even if they're not like the one or someone that special, than be alone.
You're breaking my heart. Honestly. It's so sad.
It's definitely true though.
But it's true. You're right. Yeah.
And then I feel bad for those type of people as well. But they could also, but you know what? 6 months into that, they're bossing that guy around or, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying they as in the one. I'm just saying it can go either way. It can go either way.
Yeah, you never know. I feel like we did a thorough walkthrough.
Yeah, I think we got the rules.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So like what, do you ever worry like, of like that you're doing too much of the same stuff? And I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying get in the mind of a creator.
No, of course. All the time. I feel like it's really hard to find like original ideas and original content. There's just so much out there, especially with dating. It's so saturated. It's like, what's a new idea? And there aren't many because there's so much out there.
No, that's true. But do you ever like go back and make variations of your videos and kind of put them out again?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like 4 things you shouldn't do on a date, you know? And then like there's a new 4 things that you shouldn't do on a date. And it's like maybe there's one thing that overlaps. You never know. That's
true. And it's just like, different outfit, different, Interesting. All right, I'm trying to think. Do you have any like advice for someone new to like, how did you start making money? Like, what was like the first thing you made money on?
When I started my podcast, I kind of like immediately started working with a podcast producing company so that like I could figure out the ads through them because I couldn't really figure it out on my own. And so I would say, I don't know, I was making like $30 an episode when I started, which was like
with how many viewers?
Not a lot. Couple thousand.
You got a couple thousand right off the bat?
Well, because I had like an Instagram following as like a girl in the city, not like an influencer, but like a girl. You know, I was into Instagram from like the get-go.
So you had
and I like had a brand of like sunsets and bikini pics and like, you know, like I just had like a few thousand followers. Like I'm very social, like Libra vibes. So
Did you have like over 5,000 followers?
no, I had 3,000 when I started the podcast.
But you still were able to get thousands of viewers on your, like, I don't get thousands of viewers on episodes.
You will.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
You're definitely, I've had like another guest with like a lot of followers, but that one, I probably got like 1,000 views on it.
Yeah. But then like I started, I was like you, like I had like only friends at first, but then I started getting people with bigger followings and like asking them to post it when it came out. And people were more willing to do it back then because like there weren't a lot of podcasts. So it wasn't like they were going on a lot of podcasts. And that was really helpful to growing. And then I started working with Dear Media, which is the company that I work with now. And they were really plugged into like having a lot of different sponsorship options from ad sales and all that stuff. So then more came in, which was nice.
And then do they help you line up guests, or do you get guests on your own?
No,
or?
I get guests on my own, but they definitely suggest some here and there. And like it swaps within like the other hosts on Dear Media and things like that.
Yeah, because I saw you had Josh from Drake and Josh on.
Yeah.
Did you reach out to him, or was he?
No, he actually reached out to us.
Oh, really?
I was shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he your biggest guest of all time? No, I imagine not.
I don't know. It depends how you look at it, you know?
Q rating, I guess.
He definitely has the most Instagram followers, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty damn big just because like
Yeah.
Nickelodeon and all that stuff.
Right.
Did you guys meet in person?
We didn't. We did virtual. We probably would have done in person, but I was traveling and he was traveling.
Yeah. So where were you when you did it?
I was in Disney World.
Damn. So you've interviewed a Nickelodeon guy in Disney.
Hilarious.
Should be against the rules.
It should be. It should be.
Do you have any upcoming guests that are big?
I have a few here and there. I don't know when this is going to be coming out, so I don't know what to.
It might take a little bit. I'm like a little backed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So you'll just have to.
That's
someone
true.
listening will have to go back and see who I had.
And cool. I mean, I'm trying to think what else I got for you. I ran through.
I think we did pretty well. This has
did
been
pretty
really
good?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
All right. I like to wrap it up with a little song. Not us singing, but I'll just like throw one on and we can like
Perfect.
say our goodbyes and we could. I'll have one more question for you. That's
Yeah.
what I'll do with the song.
Okay. Are you allowed to use these songs?
In terms of like YouTube,
Sure.
I think
don't know,
YouTube
the
would be like, yeah,
rights.
we're blocking this, but like I'm not making money on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm
fair.
more just trying to be like,
No, I asked because I was like used a song in the beginning of my podcast once, and they were like, "You're not allowed to use this."
oh, like
You
your
don't have the
company.
rights."
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't have a boss or anything. So like,
Yeah.
and like Spotify lets it run.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
But what's your advice for people out there like us who, you know, we want to do something different with our lives? Like you never wanted to have a boss, so you started Lindsey's Lunchbox. You started this. You started that. You're always hustling. You've also like a food Instagram too, right?
Yeah, I do. I think my advice is don't be afraid to look stupid, because people make fun of people who try to do their own things until they're the ones laughing all the way to the bank, as they say, right?
Yeah. No, that's what haters are.
Right.
Haters are people who hate on people for doing stuff that they wish that they were doing too.
Exactly, that they're too afraid to do.
Yeah.
So.
Like not everyone wishes they had a podcast, but everyone wishes that they were doing like something cool.
Right.
Not everyone is just, I'm sure some people love just going to their daily job, but yeah, that's what we like to call haters. So yeah, everyone out there, don't be afraid to look stupid.
Yeah,
we don't look stupid.
No, go embarrass yourself if you're listening.
And I've never really felt embarrassed doing this.
And you shouldn't.
Do you feel embarrassed doing your stuff?
No, I mean, sometimes when my little cousin makes fun of my 4 Things videos,
Oh, but those aren't bad. Don't worry.
she's such a hater, but I love her.
Your little cousin's a hater. Don't be like Lindsey's little cousin, everybody. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening, guys.
What is this song, by the way?
What?